if you have the opportunity and you can grab the 90-day guide, how many of you have literally sat and went through the guide with a consultant when she's new? Esther, nice job. Linda, yes, thank you. Okay, did it help you, Esther?
Am I still muted?
You're good, you're good.
So I've only done it with one or two consultants, and those two consultants are the ones that are doing the most.
Excellent, very good. And Lucy responded, Evelyn did it with her, excellent. Again, just like the opportunity meeting, why do we use a 90-day guide? It's duplicatable. But if they don't see it as a business, then again, they get off to a tough start. So the most important thing when you're sponsoring, when you're inviting people before they're even a consultant, is how do I get started? So the best part is in your first, 3 days, whatever your system is, you got to line it up to your calendar. So if it's 5 days, it's 5 days. But I would try to get together to do their, business opening session or their onboarding session, it's called. So we do your orientation to get you through everything you need to know about the business and get you set for success. Then again, I'm going to leave you with tools with some really fun goals and incentives to help you have a couple $100 in your pocket in the first 5 days. I will also set up your welcome party in your first 5 days or the next 5 days, whatever works according to our calendar. My goal is to get your business started, welcome you to the Jafra family, and to make sure you are all set to do business your way on your terms along your day and to get you the goals that you want out of this business. Whatever you feel makes it feel like this business is working, we're going to help you do that. So once you say that, and then they've got Zoom to plug into, your meetings to plug into, they can go shadow your parties, whatever that is. You've got their structure set, but they know from the time they start, they're going to get off to a great start. Without that confidence, like, okay, well, great, let's get you signed up today, and then you got to buy this pack. What? I thought I had to buy a kit. What do you mean, right? So it's like, great, and we have amazing packs. Should you want to invest more, these packs can add right into your kit, or you can retail them and make more. It's up to whatever it is, 80%. So again, a great opportunity for you. So let's define what kit and how you want to get started with product, and then we're going to go from there. But we want to get you earning profit and finding your first team member right away in your first 5 days. All right. So I love the 5 Alive. It really is the fruits and vegetables of success. So all I'm going to do is I'm not here to read the book to you. What I want to do is take you through just a little bit how to be prepared with the book. All right. So bear with me here. Let me get the 90-day guide open and share my screen. Okay, so you can all see it, right? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. When we take a look at the screen, the goal is really just to keep this simple. Let me move this up here. Is when you start, again, and let me do this so it's kind of full screen here. This is a wonderful checklist. It's so exciting, and if you could do, maybe you do this every Fabulous Friday, it's great to do in a small group. I wouldn't do it in a large group, but how fun to have 2 or 3 together for their business onboarding. Call it Bob, okay? Business onboarding, I don't know. But it's really fun because there's a lot of quick shares you can do. You always want to make sure you have the welcome brochures, or the opportunity brochures, your full-size catalog, your monthly catalog. You want to take your action brochure, and if you can, always have your laptop or tablet with you. That would be great. As you do this, the key is you're going to say, wait, this is great. Welcome to Jafra. Remember, this is what Jafra stands for. And read it, just like the opportunity meeting. Read that purple box. Why not? It is the empowerment of those words, and they're going to duplicate that with other people. It reminds them that they're set up for success. Now we're going to set them up for success. So we literally say, let's go through all of these tools. You can do this before, or you can do this at the end. It's up to you. But you want them to see that business is all set for them. Let's go in right now. Log into Jafra Biz. We're going to get you set up with text messages. Show them how the two catalogs work hand in hand and why we have a monthly brochure. Then we show them again how we've got the online training. Take them to Beautiful. And I love graduation. Make your own graduation certificate and make sure they graduate from the 8 modules first in their first 30 days, and then maybe the rising stars in their second 30 days. You've got 8 in the first category, 4 in the last, and again, involving them at a meeting to share what did they learn and apply from their modules. Next is enrolling them in their Jafra clients, their My Jafra clients, where they can mail the catalogs, talking about that, showing them where that is and how to enroll. Then there's 4 key things that you're going to review with them in that upper right corner. Creating the contact list, deciding their hours, how to promote their business, and how to follow up with contacts. Then again, you go down and you show them social.jafra.com and teaching them all of the digital tools and how they've got their own marketing business. You can also replay the opportunity videos here. Should you want to, that's there for you. Should you want to use the pictures from the opportunity meeting, those slides, they're all set as well. So it might be another way that you can revisit the tools and how they can share and sponsor as well. Whoops, sorry about that. That's me going the wrong way. Okay, so that page is really, really key. This is where, again, if you're sitting in a room or you're on Zoom, and you could ask them to bring color crayons, you could ask them to bring colored pencils, that would be Linda, our painter. They could draw, they could cut, they could paste, they could just start writing. Help them dream that, you know, what if this business was it? It became reality and became your it. And you had the power to live your life on your own terms. What would that mean? And you could take that picture from the opportunity meeting. Freedom means to me, and there's 5, 6 great things: family time, adventure, opportunities to share special moments. So that's a great way to just read out loud about what freedom means. And maybe you share your story again if you choose to. But what motivates them? What's their why to finding this business for a solution today? And what if dreams became a reality and you could have more, do more, be more, or give more? So maybe it's just fun. It's okay, but read it and make sure they do it. I did it again. That's me, gosh darn it. Okay, so then we just pause a moment and we talk about how parties still today are one of the best ways to share. Parties are done, as you can see when we take a look at it. It's the best place to make fast money and to meet their new consultants and bring them along for training. And again, we talk about how to plan for their welcome party. You can call it launch party if you want. It's a place where you're going to welcome them to the team, to the business. They're going to introduce it to their family, and we're going to work on that guest list in a minute. Parties today are hosted in many places: homes, coffee shops, clubs, etc. Then, again, me and my button tonight. You want to then ask them a couple of questions. Again, how much money would you really like to earn every month? If we could find a way to fit it into the schedule, how many hours would you be willing to put into it? Or minutes and 15-minute segments a week? How many of those could we find if you're busy? And what would be the purpose? So let's say you got that $500 a month. What's it for? How would it feel paying that bill for your husband? How would it feel secretly to present your family with that trip to Disneyland you've talked about? Great. All right. Then we talk about, we do parties, we share the products, but we also teach others to do what we do. And that's how you're going to really grow your income. So we're going to talk to them about the 2 ways. Then we talk about how to have great parties, offering the hostess benefits to everyone on their contact list. That's where you could take the hostess brochure that's only online for the month of March right now and show them how our hostesses are getting, again, hundreds and hundreds of dollars on our top selling product, Royal Jelly. Again, they can get 60 to 70% off. They can get a couple of free Jafra products, and it's a way for them to just really get everything they want at the deepest discounts we're able to give anyone, which is our hostess, as a thank you for advertising. Then, again, You show them those modules and how they're going to learn how to do parties and get started. When you go to the next page, we then talk about, sorry, forgive me, here we say, I meant the third one, and we talk about how at every party we talk about the 3 services. We invite people to be clients with our great products, hostess benefits, and we're always going to invite everybody to have the business option. When you go to page 5, this is where we now talk about setting goals. And the key to setting goals is that, again, we share our products and we build a team of people who share Jafra products with 50% commission, and again, the opportunity to earn commission overrides. This again takes you back to, we'll go back to the Fast Start program right here. So you want to have that pulled up on your laptop where you show them the additional incentives. Not only do we have 50%, could you imagine at $1,500 in sales, whether you do it in a month or 3 months, it's up to you, but the opportunity to earn free royal jelly for yourself for a year. That's almost $800 of free royal jelly just for sharing the products. And then when you share the opportunity in your first 6 months as well, you promote to manager and you maintain that title for 2 months, you're going to get an iPad mini. So we're going to show them that. But let's really show them the money. So how do we do that? To really show them, have your royal jelly ritual set up. Have a picture, like we said, if you have the mini iPad or one, bring it along. But you can also show them more. That with that $1,500 at 50%, ask them, how much money would they make if they sold $1,500 and earned their royal jelly? I love play money. You know, that would be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, $750 potential retail on $1,500 pure sales. You can add your kit. Those things will count to your retail too, but I'm talking pure sales. That could be 3 parties. That could be 15 facials. That could be 15 $100 days where you collect 2 orders from catalogs, websites, or fold-out guides. We're going to find your way, but what would you do with this? And then I'm going to show you how we equally make money. Remember, you earn an iPad. Well, it starts with 4 consultants. So they promote to manager. They have, during qualification month, they get $120. The next month, let's say they just did maintenance, which would get them the iPad as well. In month 1, they would get $120 in commission at minimum, plus a $100 bonus. They also have to do month 2 to get the iPad of maintenance, which again is another $120 and a $100 bonus. Right there, that is 100, 200, 300, 400, $560, $750 and $560 at full potential income. That is their gross income potential. Add that together, how much is that? It's over $1,300. It pays to sell and sponsor. That's the vision of really showing them. Let me go back and we'll finish up with the book. So I hope you're seeing the power of visual and taking time to do this. You pause right there and we talk about what is the goal. Gosh darn, my snippety hands here. Look at them. They're so funny. All right. My mouse is running. And we talk about the max results. You know, you could actually probably achieve your first $1,500 of income in retail income in 4 parties. Would you ever look at your calendar and be able to fit in a party each week, or pick Saturdays and do 2 a day? You don't know if she's willing to if you don't invite her to even look at her calendar and see if it's real. Then we're going to break down 30-day, 90-day, her profit, her sales goal, and her sponsoring goal. And how many people do you think she can talk to each day? And how many parties will she commit to having each month? And then there's a great sheet, download it, called the goal planning, oh, Jackie, the goal planning sheet. Yes, yes. Some nights. All right, so you can see here the goal planning sheet, another great tool you can work with now or on her next visit. All right, these I won't go through, but this is a couple of activities that matter. This is pretty basic. This is where you can use the workbook. I'll tell you why I love the memory jogger. The memory jogger, which I know I have if I can find my memory after a long day. All right. The memory jogger has 40 lines, and I'm going to tell you why I really like using this. First of all, it teaches her how to think about people each and every day. I love on here, it talks about referrals are important, and I love talking about the larger the list. So I'm going to ask her for fun to look at the memory jogger and write down her list like we did at Ignite. And I might even have a little trinket to take home if she gets to 40 names as fast as possible. And here's why. With 40 names, I'm then going to go back and say, who would be those first 4 hostesses? Put an H by their name. Who do you think would love to be a hostess? Tell me why. What kind of people would you think would be hostesses? Who loves to have parties? Blah, 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 blah. She comes up with that, puts an H by it. Next, let's talk about who do you know that would need Jafra personally, financially, professionally, socially? Who would be great and who would you love on your team? Just write down who's first that you think of and put a $ by their name. Great. Now who can you think of that loves beauty, fragrances, spa, blah, blah, blah. And again, we don't need to put something by their name, but you could put a heart by their name if you choose to. They love beauty, spa, wellness, etc. Or she just makes a list and you go back and do the H, you do the $, and you do the heart, however you do it. Because you know what? Our goal is that at her welcome party, we're inviting people who she knows she can book parties with at that party and beforehand. We're inviting people that she knows is going to be her first 1 or 2 consultants to that party or before the party. She's already going to talk to them and I'll help her. And then number 3, again, who's going to love clients? You know what? There's enough on here. 1 in 10 will sponsor. There's 4. 1 in 5 will book. There's at least, again, another 4 to 6 parties. And we know people will buy. But our goal is to use that list for her launch party, but maybe it's not just a launch party, we do more before the launch. So we really work with that. Then we're going to set up her business hours. And again, the success is consistency. So we show her how to plan her list, how to do follow-up time. And again, you can print paper calendars if you want, just have her bring it along or do it right in her phone and do Jafra business hours, Jafra call hours, Jafra follow-up hours. How to plan so she's successful at her party. Make sure she marks down all your training, meetings, everything you have going, and that everything from Zoom to a meeting room, she's coming with guests. Set a goal right next to, oh, I've got Zoom on Monday night. What's your goal? Put it there. 3 attendees. Great. You'll have a gift for her when she does that. Okay? And then when is she going to do beautiful training? The key is, again, that she's planning her days and planning to do the important things. What days would she have her parties? What days will she do her sponsoring calls? What training will she come to and bring guests? And again, following up on this list until she succeeds. So then we just continue. I don't need to read a lot of this. This is you working with her. But in part 3, let's talk about how we're going to brand your business. You're going to give her some tips on how to work with social.jafra.com, how to talk to people. This is scripting right here. I'm looking for someone who wants to join my team. Have you heard of Jafra? This is what I do as a consultant. I help women look and feel beautiful, as a matter of fact. So these are great dialogues. So she gets through that, and maybe have her practice a couple of names on her list and remind her about the 3 services. And then how to do it on social network. It's not just posting, it's talking to people, right? Creating a story. Show her the marketing pieces to it. And again, telling her to talk about sharing the product, sponsoring, and how to really connect with people. Again, she's visiting social.jafra.com and she's got that website set up. Sorry. Last, as we go back, at the bottom here is just talking about the words that work. We have great videos in her training for that, but helping her script that. Just read it out loud, let her process what you're saying, and help her with it. How about if we meet to share these great products? I'm so excited. I thought of you because I can't wait to share with you what I've got in my new business kit. I'm super excited to have started my business. Great. That's people she's calling. Could be face-to-face. You just started having fun Jafra parties. You're super excited about your new business. You'd love her to be one of your first hostesses while you're learning, but you get to shower her with great savings and some free products. Again, helping her script and really work with that contact list. All right, follow-up is the key. This is what Cheryl said very importantly on our opportunity training. Really talking about follow-up. We're not following up to be pushy. We're following up to fill needs and make sure we know their solutions and show her the videos and how to plant seeds. Again, we follow up as soon as we can. It's always better within 2 to 3 days to contact her. Let her hear the excitement in your voice so conversations are far more exciting, or videos on Facebook or messaging. And if she says no, ask why. It's okay to ask why. Maybe she just doesn't know enough, and that's where you can use the sponsoring brochure with overcoming objections. Then again, not all follow-up is done by phone. You're teaching her all the different formats of communication. The bottom or the right side is the most important. Look at, if they only ask people once, 2%, second time, 3%, third time, 5%, fourth, you barely get a double digit. The fifth time is 80% say yes. So she wants to create a system when she writes their name to keep tallies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 next to their name on that memory list. I did it again. We don't need to go through the 90-day checklist, so we'll go fast on that because I want to get to our close. I always have my 10-minute window we've got to get to. So here again, we do the follow-up. I'm following up on our last conversation. You were excited to have our new, to hear about our new business. So I, again, really wanted to follow up and see when we can get together, or join me on Monday on Zoom. So help her craft around your calendar and the events, phone to phone, contact to contact. So again, you're coming back to her why, her contact list, her conversations, and setting up her calendar for her welcome party, her first 4 parties, and her first 4 people, putting a 1, 2, 3, 4 by the first 4 hostesses and a 1, 2, 3, 4 for her first 4 consultants. That will help her see that fast start is going to happen much quicker and much faster. If you want to do extra incentives, that's up to you, but you can. Then you might want to have every week a coaching time for your new consultants coming together. Maybe it's every Monday on Zoom for 20 minutes at Lunch and Learn, and it's just group networking like we tend to have. Remember, they're new, they don't need as much time, but you're going to work with them for 12 weeks. When you say 90 days, it sounds long. Try 12 weeks. 12 weeks as a new consultant. When you use this checklist, and you can tweak it because some of it to me is outdated and not fast enough, if you want my truth, that's okay. You're going to move it up faster for them because that's your support. In month 1, they're learning the programs, the business kit experience, and the Jafra party training. In month 2, they're sponsoring 2 people and developing people to do the same. They already had their welcome party. I'm sorry, I would never wait a month. They're learning to prospect, do social media, reviewing the compensation that we have in our compensation plan. And again, they're promoting by month 3. If you do this checklist, they're a manager at the end of 12 weeks. So you don't have to make it up. You don't have to know what to coach to. You're doing the follow-up using this workbook that you all do together. So it shows them phase 1 is the first 4 weeks. Phase 2, next 4 weeks. Phase 3, next 4 weeks. What are you doing here? You're just reviewing in each week. You know what? Great. I just signed up. I went through my 90-day guide in their first week. Then they're learning all the programs while they're waiting for their kit. So they're going through some of the modules. They're going through the business kit. They got it. Now go through it and walk it through. And again, they're reviewing all of the party training when they're ready to do their own party. They could host their own grand opening and you just do a quick welcome party on Zoom or in a room. They're now sponsoring consultant number 2. So I would have them sponsor 1 here. They're developing those 2 people to do 30 days quick start as well. So you can see this is all preset based on the modules and based on what we're training them to do. In here is the matching checklist. Women work well off a to-do list. They're a checklister. So in here, we're reviewing what did they go through? Did they fill out the goal sheet? Great, that's what you're doing in week 1. They've gone through their contact list again. They set up those business hours. Remember, this is the 90-day guide. It says right here to do that in their first week. That's where you come along to say, oh, that's how you do it. You don't do it on your own. We are a we. They go through these modules. You pause and you get on, you say, great, let's go back through. What did you learn in those modules? The minute you sponsor her that night, she can go watch these 2 modules, right? So again, it's getting her off to a great start that week 1. This is week 2. Let's review. Some of this will change, don't worry. Let's review, the fast start for the iPad. Let's review the Aspire Club. That's gone too. It's okay. I'm not worried what Jafra doesn't have. Just X it out and tell them not to worry about it. But they've got Monday on Zoom, okay? So plug in what you have, plug in what we have. So you review this and you start to give them goals, okay? So if some of the words are changed, don't worry about it. It is still absolutely perfect. We don't want to do a change until we know what's coming this spring. So just stay tuned because all those modules will change. So what do we have at the very end? She's going through the checklist. She's constantly training every week. And by the end, she has her goals each month. And she then has become a manager. She's earned her iPad, her royal jelly, maybe even faster than this. But your goal is to make sure that at least at the end of 90 days, she's earned faster part 1 and part 2. That will help you with Miami. At the end, again, you're not going through this until weekly. But you and your managers can get together and do weekly new consultant networking for lunch and learns really quick, 20, 30 minutes, whatever that is. Making sure they stay on track and answer questions and stay to their why. Fill in their information, and that is the workbook. On the back, again, we've got your back, and it's just a quick review of everything we have. This with your action and brochures is complete. All right, so we started about an hour ago for our training tonight. So I just wanted to take a pause moment and pull this together because sometimes it's there and we haven't really looked through it and thought about how we would work through that. So it's a great time to show them back of the hand facials with that kit. If you want a kit on hand like Linda, great, or travel sets. My key thing is you've got a system to sponsor, do their welcome orientation, their welcome party, and do that in their first 5 days, 7 days, 10 days. Help them see it's possible with your support system. If we don't do these tools, and thank you, Esther, for using the book. Thank you, Evelyn, for modeling the book, because it is proven if they go through this with you and you create this system, your successive team builders will increase far more than just the crapshoot of, well, we got them in, let's see what happens, right? So let's help them make it happen. That's the power of we. So thank you for tonight. I know our recording is done. Is there any comments or questions from tonight's training? We have recorded it, so you have it. And we will get better and better at it. I just wanted to do a really live manual review of what that looks like. And remember to always share your story and bring pictures of your story along as well. Okay, so thank you. Let me open this up. Anything before we go tonight or anything in the chats I need to know? All right, did it help you?
Jackie?
Yes.
Michelle was asking, what do you do if your sponsor isn't helping you, doesn't help you, or you're not very well connected, I guess, to her?
Well, I would ask her, again, it goes back to her why. So here's what I would do. If I were in your shoes and I had some new consultants I've sponsored, let's just say in the last 6 months, maybe even a year, or anybody in your consultant team that is ready for a momentum changer with all that's new with Jafra and ready to transform, just say, I'd like to get a fresh start. I never had the privilege of sitting down with you and going through the 90-day guide. My first question is, has she gone through the 90-day guide literally and planned it out? And if she hasn't, it's okay to be brand new. Remember, we're practicing opportunity meetings, parties, and even how to be a leader using the 90-day guide. Say, I'm sorry, I never had this training. I'm so excited and I want to practice with you. If they don't, you know what? You stay in touch 5 tries, keep planting, 80% say yes. And if not, it's okay, right? It's okay to say, may I reach you back in our next season? Once we get to spring, can I reach you then? It's no different than a lead, right? If not now, then when? If not you, then who do you know that might be? And if not, keep on sponsoring. Don't put your eggs in a basket.
I think she was talking about her upline.
If what?
Her upline wasn't helping her, or maybe they're not as connected as she would like to be, or I don't know the situation, but I think that's who she was.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. The key is, guess what? You have the tools. You have us. Ask a Miami person on Miami Movers WhatsApp to partner with you and do it with you. Get a power partner. I don't believe in doing anything alone. I don't do this alone. I got Lori, right? So, no, the key is always have a partner. Grab a partner, another consultant who wants to learn and grow alongside you, another leader that maybe doesn't have someone to work with too. And just start doing it. It's here. You don't need it to be your manager. It can be you. So whether or not you do incentives and recognition, that's up to you. I love that because I need a what's in it for them. That's just me. And I like fast because if they make $100, they will never quit. When they make 200 in a week, they're telling everybody about it and you won't have to talk to them about sponsoring. When they do 4 parties in their first 30 days because you opened their mind using the workbook, it's not you telling them. It's a workbook. It's from company. They listen to that, right? Much more than you going, the workbook. And now suddenly they're going to go sponsor and what's going to happen? That said, sponsor people who sell, they duplicate the same thing. Make sense? So I don't know if that helps. Michelle, if there's anything else I could support you to, of course I will. But you got all of us. You're never alone, even if you don't have the support you need. Go ahead, Sandra.
And also, Michelle, I don't know if you've had a chance to get the book Go Pro that we're all reading, but Eric Rohr actually says, I mean, he's not saying it like literally, but he says in there, fire your upline, fire your, and I can't remember how to really explain all of it that he's saying, but get that book and read that because it's really good about that. And Jackie's right. Everybody here has been so helpful. You know, there's a lot of people who don't have their upline right there, but man, we have such good people in this group that it's okay either way. So
Exactly.
I think what he's really saying about fire your upline, I think what he's saying is that in direct sales, you are truly the person who determines your success, not somebody else. And if your manager, if you reach out to her again and say, I need some help with this, and she says, well, I'm just not that active, I'm sorry, I can't help you, then find somebody else, find somebody on this group. But her involvement in your Jaffer life doesn't make or break your Jaffer life. It's what you choose to do with the opportunity given that will determine how high you go.
Very well said. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, everyone. I have to check out. I have a lot to do over the next 10 hours. So, Susan, I'll see you soon if I get out of town. We're in a massive blizzard. So, hopefully I'll be on a plane tomorrow seeing you. Thank you for tonight, everyone. And just appreciate you all being here. Go make it a memory-making week. Go change that momentum. It's all up to you. It's your mindset. So go get it. Thank you for tonight. Thank you, Lori, for recording. Good night, everyone.
Bye.